Yeah, on the Ball Spreads Prediction Show, coming to you guys live on July 9th, Tequila Thursday, where we're going to pour out, and take over the books. Book the one way. Let's take off. Guys, to get it out the way right now, I got my nose strip on, man. This is intake breathing. It is phenomenal. It just opens you right up. I had a deviated septum from playing basketball years ago, broke my nose in a game, never got it fixed, and this thing just helps me breathe. And I decided to shoot the show before going to bed. So I'm trying to get all my work done tonight. I got a busy day tomorrow. Got to go get a haircut. Got to go buy some stuff at the mall. I booked a one-way, so I got a trip coming up here soon. So guys, I'm not going to miss a beat. When I go on my trips, I still do my shows. So let's lock in. They should pay me to market this intake breathing shit because it's a game changer. Like, game changer for real. They should pay me. Onyx odds, spend 10, get 200. Yeah, use code word on the ball. It's in the descriptions tab. Just hit that link. Spend 10, get 200. It's free bets, man. Come on now. I'm trying to get y'all money. All right, guys, let's get into the show, man. Rapid fire. We had a good day yesterday, 7-4, called 11 games on the show. We lost 4 of them. We did open with a loss, unfortunately, with the Giants. Look, Dylan Cease is the better pitcher. We knew that. I wanted that plus money value with Logan Webb. Just wasn't the play. They got their asses whooped, 10-0. All right, guys, let's get into this one here. Atlanta Braves taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we're going to break this one down. I think it's going to be the Braves. I'll keep it short and simple. Just to reverse back on the day's slate, we cashed the lock of the day, which was the Washington Nationals, and we cashed our play of the day, which was the Detroit Tigers. We also cashed on the Tampa Bay Rays. So those are a couple spots that we cashed out of gold on, as well as Big Baller Elite. Let's get back into this slate, though, where we're going to take the Atlanta Braves here on the money line. I'm going to make sure my watch list is cleared so we can review this at the end of the show. Once again, this is blowout alert in the descriptions tab. Sign up with the link for free today. Run differential is to Mitch Keller in the Pirates. They're hitting the ball really well. They didn't hit the ball well enough today. Look, I thought this was a great play for the Pirates. They didn't show up. They couldn't get it done. I don't think they're going to get it done with Mitch Keller on the mound. He has not played well this year. Look at all that red on his trend line. You could say the same with Bryce Elder. I think this is a game that's worth a look on the over here, over 9 runs. But I'm going to go with the Braves for the money line because that's what we do on this show. We call money lines, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go money line on the Braves as well as over on the 9 runs. I think just like the other day, our play of the day was Washington Nationals over 9.5 runs. It cashed in the 3rd inning. I think it was an easy read, man. Look, these guys are giving up a ton of earned runs consecutively. They're not in a good groove. They're not really throwing good strikeout stuff either. Not missing a lot of bats. So give me the over in this one as well as the Braves on the money line. Next one up, we've got Sean Manaea on the mound taking on Michael Wacha. These are early games, guys. 110 start. Another reason I'm doing this show now. Sean Manaea looked awful in his last 3 starts, really. This one here was medium. Just kind of like a baseline play. He's kind of been around that 1 to 2 earned runs every game. He's going to give a couple up. Pitching at a 5.3 ERA. But man, Wacha, he's up and down as well. He had that really rough stretch here in June. Kind of brought it back down, but just showed a glimpse of it against Philly. I think when he runs up against good bats, he does struggle. I think the Mets are hitting the ball a lot better here today, or this week and in this month of July. I want to lean to the Mets. We called the Mets on the run line. They cashed it at plus 148. I think it's going to be another good look at plus money for the Mets on the run line. Give me the Mets on the run line tomorrow, guys, and we'll keep it moving into the next one. We've got the Yankees taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. One of the best pitchers in the MLB right now, Drew Rasmussen, taking on Ryan Weathers. Last time we were on the Yankees with Ryan Weathers, he let us down. Ryan Weathers has been very inconsistent over the last month. Look at this baseline here of 5, 5, and 6 on the earned runs. Then he bounces back to what we know him to do. Those 1 to 2 earned run games. And then he just got beat up on here recently. And I thought that was a good play when he gave up those 4 earned runs to Minnesota. We played that. We might have even locked that in our premium. But he took an L there, and my play was Ryan Weathers in the Yankees. And Ryan Weathers just didn't show up. I can't get behind Ryan Weathers with these bats of the Tampa Bay Rays and Tropicana. I'm going back to the well here. I'm going to take the Rays here on the money line. The engine edge for blowout alert says the same. They have a clear edge on the run differential by plus 4. Give me the Rays here to get it done. Next one up, Orioles, Chicago Cubs. I think this is kind of like a trade-off series, guys. I think this is the spot here for the Orioles again. We went Orioles day 1. They lost. Game 2, we went Cubs today. They won. And then here with Trevor Rogers, I think Trevor Rogers has been playing some really good baseball over really his last 6 starts. He did have that one game there where he had 3 earned runs, a little light blemish right here. But overall, Trevor Rogers is playing good baseball. David Pederson, there's a reason the Mets traded him. He's carried that same inconsistency over here to the Cubs where he gave up 9+ earned runs. How many did he really truly give up? He gave up 10 earned runs, man. Gosh, he got worked in his last start. I just think that's rough for the confidence, especially against this Orioles team that can be streaky hitters. I think that they can get after them. I'm going to trust in the Orioles tomorrow that their bats are going to wake up. They can hit a pitcher like Peterson, and Trevor Rogers is good enough to keep these Cubs at bay. So yeah, give me the Baltimore Orioles here on the money line, -131. Next game up, Cleveland Guardians, Gavin Williams taking on Bailey Ober. We haven't seen Bailey Ober in a couple starts now. Last time he was out there was on May 30th. But he's been one of these guys that gives up early runs. I used to look at him for no-run first innings, and I would just, if he was pitching, I would take a yes-run first inning. You know what I mean? He always seemed to give them up. I think that Gavin Williams, even though he's had some recent struggles here and has had some regression on his ERA, I think this is a bounce back spot for him. This Twins team has hit the ball a lot better, but Gavin Williams still an elite pitcher. They do have, he does have the better FIP in this matchup, 4.25 to a 5.5, but there is a run differential on the Minnesota side, almost +2, and Bailey Ober has pitched better at Target Field than he has on the road. He's got a sub-3 at home and a 7.8 on the road. This could be a spot for the Twins here. I'm not in love with this game. Forced to pick a side, lean aside. I'm going to go Cleveland Guardians here, backed by Gavin Williams to get it done. We were on the Twins today, and that did cash. All right, guys, next one up here, Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox, Anthony Kay, lefty. His home record is incredible. He plays really good at home. His ERA is a 3.1 at home. On the road, it's a 6.2. Anthony Kay has been lights out. He's a lefty. Boston Red Sox have struggled to hit lefties this year, and that run differential is still there with this White Sox team. The offense is continuing to hit the ball well. I'm going to go with the White Sox here on the money line at -117. Blowout alert, engine edge is showing that as well. Yeah, let's keep it moving. At home, right field, Anthony Kay, lefty. I think it's a perfect combination to take the White Sox tomorrow. And let's keep it moving. All right, Detroit Tigers taking on the Oakland A's. You got the A's traveling into Comerica Park, where they're going to be seeing Framber Valdez, who's been inconsistent to say the least, but so is Jack Perkins. I think that the pitching for the A's just isn't going to be there to win in this series. They need a better bullpen, and they need a better starting pitching rotation. Framber Valdez, he hasn't been able to get it together. I would say you need to look at the over in this one. I think the over is definitely active and alive with over 9 runs. But I'm going to go with the Detroit Tigers once again here on the money line. Not a favorite play for the juice in this one because both of these pitchers are gettable right now. Both of these pitchers are not playing well, and I think the bats for both these offenses are really good. If I was going to play something out of this game, it would be the over. But to pick a side, like I said, we call money lines on this show or spreads, so we're going to go with the Detroit Tigers on the money line. All right, guys, next one up, we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Miami Marlins, where the blowout alert engine edge is over to the Mariners here. And they have a better starting quality pitcher. I don't think that that's any type of guesswork or surprise. Bryce Miller has had 5 games over the last 10 where he's given up 0 earned runs. He's had another 4 of those games where he's given up less than 2 earned runs. He's only had 1 bad spot, and that was only 3 earned runs. In the grand scheme of things, that's about the MLB average for some of the better starting pitchers in this league, like we just saw with Anthony Kay, right? I think that the home field does play an advantage for the Marlins where they do play better. Bryce Miller has played better back at T-Mobile, just like Brian Wu. A lot of their pitchers do better in T-Mobile ballpark. But I think in this spot here, the bats are going to be good enough to get to Junk. Junk has not been anything special this season. Sub-5 ERA, but he has had some times, 4, 7, and 8 earned runs. He did go out and have a good performance his last start, but he did have a really rough spot there in the middle of June. I think that this team can get after Jason Junk. I think the Bryce Miller goes out there, commands the bump, keeps these bats at bay for the Miami Marlins. I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners here. I'm going to lay the run line, -1.5. Mariners get it done. All right, guys, next one up, you get the Phillies taking on the Reds. I think this is a vengeance game. Reds beat up on them, and we kind of had a feeling this was going to happen. If you watched my show yesterday, I said we're going to play the Phillies for the value. And at first it looked like it was a good play. Phillies were up early on them, and then it just got away from them. The home runs started flying. They started getting after their pitcher, whatever his name is, Rangel or Rangel. whatever his name is. It's not even worth remembering because he's just not a good pitcher. Shouldn't be in the starting rotation. Jesus Luzardo, phenomenal pitcher, giving up only 2 earned runs in his last 2 starts. Then he did get peppered in this game here in his against the Washington Nationals. The Nats tend to do that. They've got really good bats in that lineup. He had 13 Ks and still gave up 5 earned runs. Jesus Luzardo has good strikeout stuff. This Reds team, they have struggled a lot this year. I will say Brady Singer's on my list of, hey, I don't like playing him. Or being on the red side of things when Brady Singer is the starter. He's on that list up there with Kyle Freeland and a couple others. But look, he has a home field advantage here. He pitches at an ERA of 3.5 at home, and then on the road he has an ERA of 7. It's night and day with him when he's in Great American Ballpark. I think this will be a competitive game, but overall, I believe Jesus Luzardo and these bats, Kyle Schwarber is going to find himself a home run tomorrow. I'll lay the run line here with the Philadelphia Phillies. I think it could be close through the first 5, so I'll stay off of that. But over time, when the bullpens get active and Jesus Luzardo gives you a good quality start, I think the Philadelphia Phillies start to pull away late, somewhere between the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. They win this thing by a couple runs. All right, give me the Phillies. Next one up, we have the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the St. Louis Cardinals, where we were all over the Cardinals today, man. I loved that play, and it cashed. Plus money play, plus 123, I believe it was. Palante's on the mound. Like I say, every time I want to fade Palante, I don't do it. And there's reason why, because every time I do fade him, I lose. Tomorrow, we're not going to fade him. We're going to go right back to the well. We're going to go Cardinals money line here. I like this play. I think that the Cardinals have good bats. They're hot right now. They have an edge on the run differential by +1. And look, better starting quality pitcher edge technically goes over to Logan Henderson. He's got a FIP of 2.40 to a 3.19. He gets you about 5 to sometimes 6 innings, but he's going to get you about 5 solid innings. He does keep his earned runs fairly low. He's a decent pitcher, but I think the bats for the Cardinals can get after him. This team is hitting it well. They do have an edge on the run differential. I'm going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line tomorrow. All right, guys, last 3 games of the night. We've got the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Texas Rangers. You got Reed Detmers on the mound, where he's been hot and cold. But you got Nathan Eovaldi, who, in my opinion, hasn't been good all year long. At this point, we know what we're going to get out of him. He's going to give up anywhere between 2 to 4 earned runs in his start. Detmers has the ability to keep the runs off the board. It just, the last 3 starts, 5, 2, and 5 on the earned run side of things. I think he can bounce back here, have a better game. He had that Dodgers outing a few weeks back where he threw 0 earned runs. He was just phenomenal. Look, these Angels, they woke up tonight. Mike Trout's back in the order, home run. Joe Adele went yard twice. I think that this team can do something here. There is a better FIP with Reed Detmers, 3.21 to 3.8, fairly equal 50-50 wash in my opinion. Eovaldi is a better pitcher at home, so there is an edge there. He's typically given up most of his big earned run games on the road. But for me, I want to be with the bats. I want to be with Detmers, with the Angels, and I want to be with this value at plus 123 over here on the money line. Give me the Los Angeles Angels here to get it done. All right, guys, next one up, Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the San Diego Padres. We've got Griffin Canning's going to be on the mound with, I believe, Merrill Kelly. And you know how I feel about Merrill Kelly. You know how I feel about Canning Griffin or Griffin Canning, whatever his name is. This is a game where you're going to take the over, guys. I think that's the easiest play to call on this one. And I'm going to go Padres money line at Petco. They're a much better team at Petco. They hit the ball really well there. I like what I saw out of them tonight. They went down early. They didn't give up. They fought through and they scored some runs. I also would give a look at the first 5 innings here with the San Diego Padres, just for the simple fact Merrill Kelly has been getting peppered in the first 5 innings so often. And you can also rely on that bullpen if you played the money line. So I feel more comfortable with the money line than I do the first 5. Feels like, what team gets lucky in the first 5 innings in this one, because both these pitchers are going to give up earned runs. I just prefer to be on the bullpen side of things with the Padres late in the game when it turns into a, who gets the most hits, who drives in the most runs off of Merrill Kelly and Griffin Canning. So I think that's going to be the game script there, is what team gets the most runs off the starting pitcher, and then the bullpen gets involved for the Padres, and that they keep them off the board. Now we know that the Arizona Diamondbacks do not have a good bullpen, so I think if the Padres are playing from behind, it's still a winnable game. But if the Diamondbacks are playing from behind, I do not think it's a winnable game. So give me the Padres here on the money line. All right, guys, last game of the night, you got the San Francisco Giants taking on the Colorado Rockies here. Edges to the San Francisco Giants. And reason being is Giants home field advantage at Oracle Park. They've been hitting the ball much better. And they also have Adrian Hauser on the mound, who's given up only 2 earned runs in his last 4 starts. Ryan Feltner's been respectable as well, only giving up 6 earned runs in his last 4 starts. That's solid for who he is as far as the pitching rotation goes. Anywhere between 4 to 6 innings is what you'll get you. He had 9 Ks in his last outing. Really good performance. But guys, the Rockies have been crushing righties in the last 30 days. They have been crushing righties. And I didn't like what I saw out of the San Francisco team, man. I'm going to go with the Rockies here on the money line. I think that they can get it done. I know there's a slight engine edge over here to San Francisco, mainly being Adrian Hauser and the home field advantage. But I do think that Ryan Feltner could feed off of what he did in his last outing. 9 Ks, 2 earned runs. And honestly, the hot bats for the Rockies, I mean, they're crushing righties in the month of June, and now we're here in July, and it feels like it's carried over. So go ahead and give me the Rockies. They're just coming off that game with the Dodgers where they went toe-to-toe with them. So go ahead and give me the Rockies on the money line, and we will close out the show with that, guys. All right, just a review on the radar, guys. What we have is over here in the top right-hand corner. This is what we're taking for tomorrow. We got Cleveland on the money line. We got Chicago White Sox on the money line. We got the total on the over in the Oakland and Detroit game. Then we're taking Detroit on the money line. Seattle Mariners, lay the run line -1.5. Philadelphia Phillies, lay the run line -1.5. St. Louis Cardinals plus money play against the Brewers. Andre Palante on the mound. I think the bats can get over there and get some runs. Give me the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Los Angeles Angels on the money line. Mike Trout back in the order. Joe Adele, his bat looks like it's woken up. And Detmers, I think he can control the bump. Give me the Angels on the money line. Over total in the San Diego Padres game. This feels like a shootout early. So go ahead and give me the Arizona Diamondbacks and San Diego Padres to go over the total of 9 runs. And then I'll go Padres, especially if they're winning the game after that first 5 innings. I think they can close it out with their strong bullpen. Padres on the money line. All right, and then to start the day, guys, you're going to take the Atlanta Braves. First game out the slate, -122. Bryce Elder on the mound. This is another one you want to look at the over. Both of these pitchers have been getting peppered with earned runs. I think it's another game that's perfect for really good hitters in these lineups as well as really poor pitchers. I think this game goes on the over. Give me the over 9, Atlanta on the money line. Next one up, you got Sean Manaea on the mound. This is a concern spot, not a favorite play on the board, but Michael Wacha has not been in good form. I think the bats for the Mets are improving. Give me the -1.5 on the run line for the Mets. And then to wrap up the afternoon slate, we're going to go Tampa Bay Rays on the money line with our boy Drew Rasmussen, and then Trevor Rogers to get it done with the bats of the Baltimore Orioles, money line Orioles. All right, that's the show, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Please, guys, it seems like you guys are getting knowledge here. You're reaching out, you're liking what you're seeing. Drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and let's keep winning. I'll see y'all next time. Book the One Way.